trees and agricultural land for the sake of construction of buildings?
Oh, wonderful. Again, my advocacy is sustainable city and sustainable cities, sustainable communities. That is anchored to SDG number 11. My goal is to push through green architecture, sustainable architecture, so that the Philippines could build a world that is a walkable city, a city that could use technology in construction without ever harming our environment, because that is possible. As an architect, I can tell you that it is possible, and it just needs us, a person or a part of a government, to push through it so that it could be in reality. Thank you.
Do you have any other questions for our applicants? Okay, so if no questions, thank you so much, applicant number 1.
Thank you so much.
Actually, Alex, I really love what she said, that this grant platform is really for advocacies that are real and sincere. It's true. You can bring. Yes. Okay, please step forward, applicant number 2.
So hi Rodina, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So my question is actually easy, I'd say, since you're valedictorian, right?
Let's
Yes.
try.
Okay. So what can you say about AI and how it is affecting our lives today?
Thank you. I think in this day and age, technology is very important and relevant, especially with the youth and how they're being able to integrate it with education. I'd say it's a very powerful tool when you're trying to educate yourself and others as well, but we also need to take into account the importance of security and being able to have safety when using it as well.
I think
Hi, so my question is, why do you think you deserve to be part of Miss Grand Philippines?
Thank you so much for that question. For those of you who don't know me personally, I've started taking pageants really seriously at the age of 17. So whenever I join pageants, I usually end up being runner-up. And there's a big misconception that you're only supposed to join national pageants when you're a title holder. And being a runner-up most of my life, I want to break that misconception and also be a great example to the young girls who want to pursue the same dream that I have. Thank you.
Any other questions from our panel of judges?
Hi. In this universe, organization has relaxed their rules on women with children joining the pageant, and most probably others might also follow. What's your stand on this?
Thank you. Well, I think pageants are such a great platform to be able to spread your message across various communities, especially the advocacies that you truly care about. So no matter gender, no matter what age, whether you're a mother or not, I think it's still very relevant to join pageants as long as you have the heart and courage to be able to spread the message and represent your community well.
Thank you so much, candidate number 2. Very well said. I love that. Because women nowadays are very different, right? Look at my co-host, Doc.
You also, Prof.
Yes, again, thank you so much, applicant number 2. Let's move on to our applicant number 3.
Hi, candidate number 3. Can you tell us more about yourself?
Hello, Sir Arnold. To those who don't know me yet, I'm Anita Rose Gomez, 23 years old, representing the beautiful province of Zambales. And aside from being an inspiring candidate of Miss Grand Philippines, I am here with a heart and a purest intention, ready to serve, to show
hopefully win our first Miss International Miss Grand.
We are also coming from the same province as I came from, so I want also other people to know, what do you think Zambales can bring to the national and international stage more?
Well, aside from our majestic sceneries, the culture and tradition that we have, it is our people, especially our beauty queens like you, Queen CJ. We just showed the world, and not just our country, but internationally, how Sambalanya are capable to represent not just our province, the Zambales, but our beautiful province, our country as well, here in the Philippines. And I know that with our Sambalanya queens being on the stage, whether it's on national or international, we are showing them how dedicated, how strength, and how the powerful Filipinas can bring the justice, the change that we are all longing for, especially in the world of war and violence. And for the past few days that I've been trying to have the heart to actually join this year, because joining this year is not just a spontaneous decision, I might just share, but with all the dedication that I have and how Ate CJ shown the Sambalanya power in the international stage, I know that soon we will have the crown that we are all longing for. Thank you.
Hi, Anita. Dito ako.
I'm sorry, babe.
It's okay. So I have a question for you. What is the biggest motivation for you right now for joining Miss Grand?
Well, I might just share that with all the experiences that I have in my life and in my pageant experiences, I've gained so much strength, the clarity, and so much gratitude with my heart as my Zambales province supports me. And I know that in this journey, I am here with the purest intention to serve and to champion education. And I know that with all of you here supporting the causes of women here behind me, we can make this possible. And that's what makes me wanted to join Miss Grand International this year. And I hope to bring that cause, not just nationally, but hopefully internationally if given a chance.
So, hi Anita. So, here's my question. Many people today feel unheard despite the power of social media. What do you think is missing in our conversations?
I think it's the empathy and the understanding. As we all know, social media is one of the biggest platforms that we can use, not just to communicate with others, but also to connect. And by using it in a ways that can benefit our society, such as communicating and having the knowledge to always share what is fact and to always say what is truth. And I think that it will help us to build a society that can be technologically inclined, but at the same time have the empathy and the understanding that we have. And that is what we really need now. That is what we really need right now, the understanding and empathy in the world.
What's your waistline? I'm just curious.
It's 19 inches long.
19, so below 20.
Yes.
How do you do that? How do you maintain it?
Well,
Is
most
it
of people ask
genetics
me.
or with hard work?
I think it's both. It's genetic and both. At the same time, it's hard work. Because I have this waistline, but I will just share that it is through my mama. She mentioned that she uses Big Kiss for almost a year. And I think that traditional practice also helped me to have this circumference of waistline. And I think I'm also living a healthy lifestyle. And that is one thing I want to share to everyone in this world. But yeah, I'm happy and I'm
What's
glad.
your height?
I'm 5'7".
Mama, ba't hindi na walk?
Guys, I have my last question for you.
So do you think you have what it takes to take home the first ever golden crown for the Philippines?
Wow. I'm hopeful. Yes, I believe I can. And I have what it takes to win a our first Miss Grand International crown. Not just because I see myself above all these beautiful women behind me, but I know that with the purest intention, with the determination, and with my heart that is longing to serve not just our nation, but hopefully internationally as well. And if given the chance, in God's will, I know that through Miss Grand International, with Miss Grand Philippines, I can have that, or I can make that happen. And we can have the long-lost dream of Filipinos to have the first Miss Grand International crown be
Woo! Any more questions from our panel of judges? Well, if not, thank you so much, applicant number 3.
I want to have that waistline.
Yeah, so true.
Check mo ako mamaya.
Parang lips there. And ayun, I really hope that this year maybe you'll be able to take home the first ever golden crown for the Philippines. Ayun, next, candidate number 4.
Hello, Chelsea. Hello po. Good afternoon. Is this your first try to join the pageant?
It's actually my second try.
Why Miss Grand Philippines this time?
Well, this time I'm thinking, and I want to exercise myself, and I want to also experience. Sorry, my apologies. I'm actually hyperventilating because my idol is right in front of me.
Sino yan?
Because before, at 2 a.m. in the morning, I always watch you Facebook Reels. But going back to her question, the reason why Miss Grand. I think Miss Grand is more than just confident and beautiful women. It's more on how you deliver yourself, nationally and internationally. As our reigning Miss Grand Philippines International first runner-up, she truly emphasizes and she truly delivered the confidence and the real beauty of the Philippines on the international stage.
Any more questions from our panel of judges?
So I was really impressed by your Masarana kanina. All those stairs that you ikot-ikot ka ba? I love it.
Thank you,
So,
Miss Rina Hispano-Americana.
So, where did you learn your Basarana? And are you a performer? Are you a dancer?
This might be embarrassing to say, pero I learned my pasarela in YouTube and through you guys. Facebook Reels. Nobody taught me how to do pasarela actually. I joined my first pageant just walking around my house. And now I learned from, of course, at the CJ and you too, Miss Diamante. To your pasarelas, of course, with Michelle B, the reigning Miss Universe and the past Miss Universe, I learned from them. And I try to absorb their confidence and their charisma. So that's how I learned my pasarelas.
I have a follow-up question.
So, can you tell us more about yourself and what is your main advocacy?
You're gonna love these things. Pero, I'm currently a registered nurse. I quit my job to join more pageants, and currently also I volunteer at City Health Office Muntinlupa with my mother, Dr. Angelica Arsiaga. And right now, with my job and joint pageants, and I'm also a medical student at Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Muntinlupa. And of course, by being that, obviously my advocacy is emphasis on the equality health for all. There's no richer, there's no poorer, lahat equal. everyone is equal. Even in the health centers, they deserve the 5-star that we receive. And for example, St. Luke's Medical Center, Medical Hospital, also the unfortunate deserve that kind of treatment. So I wish through Miss Grand Philippines that I would spread this word to all doctors out there to treat their patients equally.
Noted po. Good. Napatamakan mo ata ito eh. Yes. Well, actually, I wanted to ask a question. Because you, nag-judge. Pero hindi, I want to ask a question because I know how it feels to do pageantry and med school at the same time. So how can you handle all of the stress? Yes.
Actually, I handle stress with, of course, my family. My mother is also a doctor, so she knows the struggle. She knows the hardship of being a doctor. And by time management and advanced studying. That's the real advanced studying talaga. To advance for quizzes and to advance for exams so that it would be easier for me.
Is that what you do also? Actually, I understand that time management is everything, not only for us, like healthcare related. It's really your day-to-day living as a regular person. You know, you need to know how to balance your time as well. So, ayun. Thank you so much. Are there any other questions for Canada? Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you, candidate number 4. Okay, candidate number 5, please step forward.
I have a question. So what do you think is your best quality that you can bring to the ELV pageant circle?
One thing that I could bring to this pageant is that I am a very optimistic person. To be honest, I've been deep-rooted of the things that I've done through in life. I wasn't born with privilege. At the age of 16, I became a working student. When I was 18, I lost my dad when he was murdered. And when I was 20, I discovered that I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. But despite the fact that I still have wounds from what I've gone through, it still bleeds, I am very, very positive person. Nobody will know that I've gone through so much in life because I will never let anyone else to see my weaknesses. Because I want them to see me as someone who's a fighter. Because that's what Miss Red Philippines needs. Someone who's very optimistic. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
So how do you cope with stress?
You know what, when I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, medicine didn't work for me. One thing I discovered, I found my source of comfort through kids. It's healing my inner child every time that I am being surrounded by them. And that discovery leads me to become an advocate for these children. I want to teach them how to live a life, a good lifestyle, in order for them to have a healthy body and healthy mind, because I don't want any kids to suffer from what I've come through in life. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, Osdia.
I have a question for you. So, I know you're eyeing for Miss Grand Philippines, but there's also 2 other crowns at stake in this pageant. How would you be open to winning other crowns in this pageant other than the Miss Grand Philippines crown?
Definitely yes. As much as I wanted to be the Miss Red Philippines, but if it's not meant for me, then I would love to be next to you. Because when I was in EDSA, I was really surprised that the Reyes Panamericana will also be crowned here in Miss Red Philippines. That's the best motivation that I've got to pursue
Galing sumagot.
Oh my God, CJ! Kanina na wala ako sa blockings because of you.
Iba ang CJ. Plus 5 points.
But thank you so much for allowing us to see your beauty here in Miss Grand Philippines final screening. I just want to ask you, do you dance, do you sing, do you act?
Oh my God, I
Do
can't
you
do
do
all
live
the
selling?
things. I can do live selling.
Okay.
Because I saw you doing the live selling. So I told myself, I need to practice doing the live selling in order for me to fulfill the responsibilities of being the Miss Grand Philippines.
Oh my God!
Napapabili ka talaga.
You're such an inspiration, Miss CJ.
Am I everywhere?
Oh my God.
No, I mean, because to be Miss Grand, also you have to really be present on social media. And as you said, you are really optimistic also. And there's so much activities that's happening with Miss Grand International. And sometimes we just drive around, enjoy ourselves, and dance, sing. I even join Miss Grand Boys when I'm not even a singer. But that's just how Miss Grand is. So I'm also asking, because there are crowns here, but we don't know who will be crowned also. So we have to know who's very, who's the best representative for the crowns at stake.
Now
one is shaking.
Now one.
Is
Any more other questions?
Sample daw ng live selling.
PBR?
Sample daw.
Sample daw.
Sample live selling.
Naka-phone pa siya.
Bawat tanggihan ang aming ama.
What is the Prada? Am I the Prada? Oh my God, I cannot do the sample. Can I show it next time?
Yeah.
I want it to be okay. That's really hungry. So, hi everybody. So right now in front of you is Margaret Silverthorne from Bicolandia. Please do choose her to be the Miss Grand Philippines 2025 because she gets what it takes to be the Miss Grand International.
Very good.
Sorry, is that okay?
Of course.
I'll try my best next time, I promise.
So, any more questions for our wonderful applicant? Yes, Ms. Gia?
Ganda siya.
My fashion icon is Pia Words Back. Because when I was a kid, that's the first time I appreciate their essence of being sexy, being confident. That is all because of her. So now that I am in the pageant industry, I always make sure to be strategic, just like Miss Pia Words Back.
Very well said.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, girls. So these are the first 5 applicants for this year's final.
Palakpakan naman natin.
Let's go!
So pretty. You can praise, di ba, Doc?
Yes, sweet. I love what she said. There are obstacles, but you need to really nurture it to become an inspiration to other people. Ayun. So let's have our second batch of wonderful applicants here.
Thank you so much, ladies. Ayan, another batch of beautiful ladies.
Almost here. And our black cocktail dresses.
I know. Talagang nilaban natin ang pasta. Isa naka-black sila. Ayan.
Okay, let's start off with candidate number 6. Please step forward.
Naimbag na aldaw ka na kayo amin. I am Princess Tarazon, 23, a volunteer, and I come from a humble family. And I am the first ever screener of Miss Grand for Ilocos Sur.
You're really a very familiar face to me. You joined Miss 100 Islands. Come on. Yes. And you placed as well. Yes, you did. So my question would be, what's new that you're gonna bring here in Miss Grand Philippines?
Well, in Miss Grand, I've always believed that they have a wide platform. And somehow, coming from a humble family, I do think that most of the beauty queens, we have this stereotype that you should be grand, you should be rich. But I do think that coming from a humble family of farmers, I am rich also in heart. And also I use that in my platform for volunteerism. And this, I think, if I could bring this to the grand platform, Miss Grand platform, I think we can do so much better in reaching to communities that are secluded and also those who are in need of help. Thank you.
Did you say your family of farmers?
Yes,
What do you grow?
we grow palays po.
Oh, not tobacco.
No po.
Okay.
Any more questions?
Are you familiar of the advocacy of Miss Grand International?
Yes, well, it is more of stopping violence and war and promoting peace.
So how would you be able to complete that advocacy more and let people know more about this very important advocacy?
Since I am a volunteer, I do think that the platform that I have is already incorporated with stopping the violence and war, because in volunteerism, you do not only serve, but also you provide insights for the communities, the families to come together. And this, I think, that Miss Grand has already roots in my volunteerism, and so as well, with volunteerism has roots with the heart of the Miss Grand.
So, hi, Kennedy number 6. So, here's my question. If artificial intelligence replaces many human jobs, what role should empathy and human values play in shaping our future?
I think the most important role of a human heart is the feeling of compassion. I do think that artificial intelligence cannot really compensate of the heart that we have. So if we were to inculcate that into our hearts, we can have a more progressive country, and also we can have binding countries together.
Do you have any more questions? Panel of judges?
Hi, applicant number 6. So, what is your difference from the other applicants?
As I have said po earlier, I come from a humble family, and oftentimes beauty queens should have a rich background, and I don't. And I do think that this sets me aside because I have faced any hardships in life, and I am here because I overwent one thing another. Thank you.
More questions, or are we good? Okay, so thank you so much, applicant number 6. Let's move on to applicant number 7.
My name is Angela Caballero Pasco, 25, and I am a filmmaker, and I also have my own business. Right now I am a pageant queen, and I am here in front of you doing the same thing, which is sharing Filipino stories through people.
Hi, Angela. My question is, why should the organization trust you as one of its newest ambassadors?
You know what, I've always seen or watched Miss Grand from afar. I've adored CJ and all the people here, and because you've done an absolutely amazing job, and I love that advocacy because I've seen firsthand how it is to experience violence and to be part of it, and it is not someone or one should tolerate in life. I am someone that can be a spokesperson. I am someone that can be a representative. No matter what they are going through, I always believe that peace is always the answer.
You just mentioned that you are a filmmaker also. So if there is a movie, or give us like a title of a movie that you would love to create, what would it be and why?
So what I've always said, since my other pageants, I've always said I wanted to share Filipino stories. I've actually made a film or a short film that talked about violence, not towards a different person, but towards herself. It was going through depression, and I've always wanted to share that because it is something that we have to do together as not just Filipinos, but as a community where one man is not an island, as they would say. So if I want to make another film, I would still do the same thing, but of course with bigger talents, to reach bigger platforms.
I have a question. So I recognize you from your last national project. I saw your performance. Really good. What made you want to join Miss Grand right after that national pageant just finished?
So this is a very last minute decision. I didn't even tell some of my family members. And yes, so this is all happening. Everyone found out at the same time. And if anyone knows, I am actually from the overseas candidates of MUPH this year. But I was representing Davao. So it's just hard for me to go back, and my director always told me that to just chase your dreams and that he believed in me. And he said that I really think that you should just stay here, Angela, and really pursue because you have so much potential. So honestly, I am here because of him.
Yes, if one door closes, another one opens, diba?
Tari naman ni Doktor. May side ko, may side ko.
Baka may questions pa kayo.
Ito naman si may question ko.
No more questions. Thank you so much. I think also Miss Diamante after Miss Universe.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
I jumped. But it really
after 4 days, guys.
And I
Mag-brain na tayo, di ba? And I just thought, wala kang paguran. Joke lang. Love you. Oh, totoo sis. Okay, next candidate. Candidate number 8.
I'm 22 years old, and I was born and raised in Muntinlupa up until I was 10 years old. We actually moved to Canada to find better opportunities along with my family. But I'm right here because I really value hard work, and I started working at 17 to support myself and also help my parents. And I took a leap of faith and quit my full-time job in Canada to be here in front of you and to hopefully represent my city with all of its beauty and Miss Grand.
Ganon!
Hello. So is this your first passion? No, I actually started at 14 years old in Canada. I don't really have that much experience in the Philippines, so this would potentially be my first here in the Philippines. So the same question goes to the others as well. Why Miss Grand Philippines of all the other competitions? Choosing Miss Grand actually wasn't a very light decision for me. It took me years to really decide what national pageant I wanted to do, and I chose Miss Grand because it really does align with my advocacy. Growing up in a very multicultural country, I had to learn how to accept other people with differences, and that's also how Miss Grand stands for. They want to stand for peace, and I believe that when we stand for peace and we accept other people, it really flourishes through everybody. And I also chose Miss Grand because it's just you can unapologetically be yourself, and there's no limits like what Miss CJ did, and I really adore that. So besides Miss Grand Crown, what other crown and why? Like with this
Face of Beauty.
I love all three of the titles, but two of the other ones. Face of Beauty is just captured to empower other women, and I want to be empowering to also younger women, because when you fall down, I want to be the inspiration that it doesn't just end there. It's about how you stand up and how you really recover from that. And Hispanoamericana, it's such a good cultural pageant, because I know that way back in history we were colonized by the Spanish people, and I'd really love to learn more about that because we have such similar languages. So if I had to choose one of the two, it would definitely be Reina Hispanoamericana, just because I love culture and I want to learn more.
Very well said. Any more questions?
Being that you said Reina Hispanoamericana, I would like to know, are you a performer? Do you dance? Do you sing? Do you love art? Is there a special hobby that you love to do?
There's a lot of hobbies that I always pick up on because I don't like to be bored. I love drawing, I love painting. Alongside with that, my dad is actually a singer. I'm not a professional singer, but it's something I really like to do, and it would be really fun to do that on stage.
Hello. Miss Universe 1969 Laura Diaz made a statement that beauty contests should emphasize more on beauty and not brains. What do you think of that?
I think we don't have to really choose on one or the other. I think we do both. Beauty is, we can inspire other people, especially young women, to become more confident. And brains is all about sharing your knowledge that you possess, and it's important to have that because education is truly key in life.
Very well said. Yes, I love how she studied all the 3 crowns as well. Very prepared.
And also about the beauty and brains. Tignan niyo naman si Doc J, Doktora.
And also
Yan, maganda.
CJ, Dia, Francine. Talagang beauty and brains.
Beauty and brains. Bawal kay ALV yan.
Any more questions from our judges? Okay, if we're good, thank you so much. Candidate number 8. I love your dress, by the way.
Next, candidate number 9.
Good afternoon, mabuhay. I am Big Namo. I am 18 years old and currently representing Parañaque City. I grew up in Parañaque City and I am young, passionate, and an advocate for education, quality education. That's why I'm currently taking education in secondary. I am also raised by an independent woman. She raised me and stood as my dad and mom in the same time. And I also love doing arts. I love doing makeup for other people. I do paintings.
What's your stand on gay marriages?
What? Can you repeat the question?
What's your stand on gay marriages?
Same-sex marriage.
Yes.
I actually stand and agree with the same-sex marriage because marriage does mean love, and without marriage, it's a sacred. So with the marriage stands for love, respect, and loyalty for a person. So regardless of the gender, the sexuality, love should be spread.
Well, you're 18 years old, so I think you're like one of the youngest.
Yes,
I think so.
Yes, I am too.
You are the youngest. So, what do you think would be the challenge if you will be in the pool of these girls who will be competing for Miss Grand Philippines?
You know, Miss CJ, all these girls are really incredible. I've talked to each one of them already, and I've noticed that they are really passionate with this kind of passion, with all the passion. You know, Miss CJ, I've experienced a lot of redirections in my life. At a young age, I started pageantry when I was 16, and this year I've lost straight 2 time strikes in pageant. That's why I am here to represent not just myself but also my city, to bring myself that I am still capable of joining, even though I am just 18 years old. I think that my experiences were enough for me to be here, and I'd love to showcase my capabilities and abilities in front of her.
So, ano pa, may mag-Muslim pa? Something na lang. Kasi first question is
So, so do you feel any pressure right now with all the applicants today? They are, what do you call it? Some of them are raining. So do you feel any pressure right now?
I think pressure is normal, and yes, I am feeling so much pressure actually because I am the youngest. But since the pressure is normal, I still have to overcome it. That's why I'm here representing myself and standing in front of you to talk about myself. And all these girls have told, not every one of them, but they've told to each and every one of us that they have joined pageants. And me, as a first-time wearing national pageant, I think I can still do it, regardless that they are that veterans or not. Because pageantry is a platform. So I'm here.
Thank you so much, candidate number 9. Very well said. Actually, pressure is normal. All of the girls here and even those reigning already had a good pressure. Like, ikaw ba? Na-pressure ka ba nun?
Yes, of course. I think that's normal naman. Excitement kasi and pressure has the same feeling. So, okay, let's go to our next candidate, number 10.
Hello everyone, it's nice to see some familiar faces here. My name is Michelle Arceo, I'm 27 and I'm representing Taguig City. And for some of you that aren't acquainted with me, to give you a brief synopsis of myself and my background, I'm a model here, I'm a beauty queen, I'm a WSET Level 2 sommelier, and I'm also a Lagreen instructor. I can sing, I play classical piano, and guitar. I do quite many of things. But it's nice to be here once again, and it's quite ironic because I have the number 10 as my screening number today. My very first pageant ever with Sir Arnold back in Miss World, I think it was 2019. I believe it was number 10, so I think it's quite poetic. Hopefully last.
Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
Having joined 3 national pageants from ALV Pageant Circle, so what unique perspective or fresh contribution do you believe you can bring now to the pageant stage, and what sets you apart from the other candidates here?
See, I think something fresh about me is that I'm more courageous this year. I think I had to take a step back for 2 years and really think about how I performed previously, and I went on to Reina, which that was a magnificent experience. So I think during the meantime, something fresh that I can bring to the table. I have so many ideas this year, lots of pasabog, and I want to keep them to myself for a little bit because I want to surprise most of you. But my first, I would have to say, is courage. I think what I lacked on was I felt a little bit of a coward in certain aspects, and I think pageantry is all about developing oneself, and no matter what happens, no matter what outcome, whether it be a crown or not, that's one thing that I can take away, which is the belief in myself, which is how I can overcome certain situations and how I can keep on going.
Hi, I'm Michelle. So I have a question. Would you accept another crown, or are you Miss Grand or nothing?
Well, I already have Reina. The only option would be Face of Beauty, but I think for this being my last national pageant would be, my dream is Miss Grand. That's all I've ever wanted. That's the only crown that I've ever set my eyes on. And I'm really praying with all the work that I've been putting into, with the phenomenal team that I have. This is it, Pansit. So, Miss Grand or nothing for me. I had the courage to say it finally.
Well then, if there's one thing you would want to say to Mr. Nawat right now.
I remember the first time I met Nawat. I think you were there, and Guggles, who's a part of my team, I first went up to him and I said, "Sir Nawat, I can sing, I can dance. I may look like I'm 16 without makeup, but I promise I'll look so glammed up, I'll look like I'm 23 years old. Wow, 23. So one thing I can say, maybe I'll tweak it just a little bit, but Mr. Nawat, I've been working so hard for this day. I've been thinking about it every single day. Not a day has gone by that I haven't thought about this pageant. And for me, Miss Grand is my first love. Like, it's on another level. We all remember when Samber came out back in 2020 with that swimsuit portion. Love at first sight. I mean, I've always been into pageantry, but that's what really propelled me into it. And since then, I've just had my eyes set on it. And you know what? Love at first sight, I'm yours. Jonathan, but yes.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Dina.
I'm Irina.
Reyna, ikaw, my goodness.
So, in the spirit of Miss Grand and the kabogness of Miss Grand and performance, can you please sing us your favorite song? As a singer.
But I'm saving it for my
maybe
Miss Grand
your
voice.
Your second favorite song.
My second favorite.
Pasampol.
Okay, I'm not warmed up. Ay, my goodness. Okay, so as most of you know, during Miss World, my hidden talent is classical opera. So who's familiar with like Phantom of the Opera here? Yes, no, maybe, okay, guess not. Okay, so I'll do what I did back then, Think of Me. Hopefully it's okay, I'm not warmed up. Okay. Think of me fondly when we've said goodbye. Remember me once in a while, please promise me you'll try. When you find that once again you long to take your heart back and be free, if you ever find a moment, spare a thought for me. Saving my other song for Miss Grand Boy. Questions, concerns, problems? Either deafening silence that makes me nervous. Cue the crickets, please.
Oh yeah. So hi Michelle.
Hello.
So as a potential title holder, how would you use
Potential title holder? I am a title holder. Excuse me.
No.
Shut up, Lam, but I am.
Oh, Miss Grand.
Miss Grand, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I had to make the correction. I'm sorry. 2 times.
Yeah, okay. So how would you use your influence in a situation where silence is the easier choice?
Where silence is the easier choice. Sometimes the best thing if you have nothing nice to say is to just be silent, but one thing that I regret is not speaking my mind. And one thing that I advocate for is breaking silence. I think with Miss Grand, the slogan is stop the war, stop the violence. But as someone that is so blessed with living in a generation that's never experienced war, but how I can relate to it is I have experienced violence. Sexual abuse, domestic violence. We've all had something deep and dark that we're kind of holding within us. And I think with the Miss Grand platform, I want to break that silence. And I think instead of promoting on social media, the best way for engaging with people is to hear other stories, what they've experienced, how we can expand on that platform. Because we know what's going on worldwide, and it's not a very pretty sight. And I think one thing that we're missing nowadays is empathy, that human connection. So we need to be able to connect with one another once again. Thank you.
I love the mixture of being fun and being serious by candidate number 10. Yeah.
I'm sweating. Ang init dito, grabe.
Michelle, you changed a lot.
With my hat? Or change up? I changed twice today for you.
No, in terms of the question and answer, in terms of the totality.
Well, I'm older, somewhat wiser, but I've had a lot of time to grow. And
You have to win first Miss Grand Philippines, right?
I have to. It's my dream.
So what do you think is your unique asset that we have to choose you to represent our country in Miss Grand International?
I have my voice. I can sing. That's something that I've always used on the international stage. I think that's my biggest asset. We have the Miss Grand voice, and I think it's time that we send a singer. We've always had dancers, which I wish I had your moves. No, Miss Grand voice, you got in the top. But girl, my hips lie, yours do not. I do not move like you. But I really want to be able to sing on an international stage once again, and I've been brainstorming so many ideas with my phenomenal team, and I'm telling you, everything is pasabog. You guys saw the hat instance that I did earlier. There's a lot more that I have up my, I wouldn't say sleeves, maybe my dress, but there's a lot that But there's a lot that I have planned, and I think that's what's going to make my journey unique if I ever am to join. But trust me, it's going to make a lot of noise. I mean, I have stuff planned throughout the national journey. So hopefully I can prove you guys that I'm your winner. Hopefully, but I'm just here to have fun, enjoy the moment, make new friends and new sisterhood, and just memories, because that's what pageantry is all about, and sometimes we forget about that.
She's ready.
Thank you so much, everyone. It's lovely to see you in trivia portion.
Thank you so much, candidate number 10. And to all the ladies, you can now go back to your room.
So, we're waiting for the next batch of hopefuls.
They're gonna show their cocktail dress, right?
Maupay nga adlaw sa aton nga tanan. This is Carla Jane Arandia Torcido, 25, Miss Grand, Samar Province!
Michelle here.
Test the Lord 24 from the beautiful province of Pangasinan! Princess Jana Alabata 20 Zamboanga Sabugan!
Joyce Bautista Villarreal, 27, Caloocan City!
Hindi ka pa alam. Parang hindi. Si Cash na yun eh. Si Cash na yun. Bakit yun?
Mary Joy Persia Suarez, 24. Miss Grand. Occidental Mindoro.
Isang iba to yan. Hawak yan. Hawak yan mo. Ganyan nga nak. Ganyan nga nak. Kaya na pala si Annalise. Dalwin ng Annalise. Ako pala.
Brenda Marie Kuya Flores, 28.
Hindi ko kinaya.
Pampanga.
Hawak yan. Tatalon yan.
Good afternoon, this is Mary Rose Grande, Miss Grand, Turlock Province!
Okay, let's call in the first 5 of the second batch. Let's get to know each of these candidates. Okay, let's start off with candidate number 11.
Hello, good afternoon. Hi. You're so pretty. Thank you. I'm a fan.
Thank you so much. Can you tell us more about yourself? So you know anything that you're doing, your hobbies, or if you're working right now with your stuff?
Yeah, so hi, I'm Carla Jane Rancho, 25 from Matuginaw, Samar. So, at the age of 17, I started working. So now I'm currently working right now as a virtual assistant, and also I do content creation on TikTok. I sing, and mostly some of my videos are I translate some songs in Waray. Yeah, I'm the eldest also.
Can you sing us a Waray song?
A Waray song. There is actually a Tagalog song that I translated and it went viral on TikTok. I'll sing it to you guys. Kung ikaw magiging ako, ika na utrong matangis pa. Sa ako nga diri maglimbong, sa akbugos nga pag-igugma. Kung ako pagbuboy nason, nga ako'y mo pagbubuton. Sa ako ikaw lanakon, hihigugmaon. Hihigugmaon means, I'm gonna promise that you're just gonna be my love. Yeah.
Oh. Any more questions? What a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
So, where did you learn to sing?
I learned it from my mom because ever since, as a child, she would make me sing in front of our family and she would make me join singing contests. So even if I don't want to, yeah, and we sing together. Yeah.
So nice. So, my question is, my main question is, what motivated you to join Miss Grand Philippines?
As I mentioned, it's actually my mom and my family. As a child, my mom would always make me join pageants, and now that I'm older, it's my passion, and that's what I love to do, joining beauty pageants. So she's my motivation to do this and be here on stage.
Hi, so you're also a content creator, right? So how will you use your influence as a title holder to advocate for peace and
For peace? Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Because that's the reason why I joined TikTok, because I want to have that influence. And now that I am here in Miss Grand stage, I just don't want to influence people in my province, but also the whole Philippines, the whole world. So that's why I'm here. And I also grew up in a very secluded barangay in Samar. And as you all know, there's a lot of rebelde there. Yeah, so my dad would wake me up at night. Hey, let's go somewhere peaceful. Let's go to your aunt. So and right now, I have like a trauma. So whenever someone wakes me up, I'm shaking like that. So I would use my TikTok, my content creation to promote peace. Actually, back in the province, whenever I come back in Silvino, I made a little effort. I cook for the children in those barangay. Like you have to walk 5 hours to go there. So that's a small gesture, and I posted on my Facebook just to bring awareness to everyone that children, all people deserve peace.
Any more questions? Okay, if not, I have a question. And I'm also a content creator, a beauty and lifestyle content creator. So, what is your niche with regards to content creation?
I sing on TikTok.
Oh, so
Yes.
you're a singer.
Yeah, and also play guitar. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, if there are no more questions, thank you so much, candidate number 11.
Thank you so much.
Okay, moving on. Candidate number 12.
Very tall.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Also, can you give us a brief introduction of yourself?
Okay, I am Alan Guzman again. I'm 24 years old. I'm a volunteer in my community for the past 6 years. I'm also a part of a Buhay in my community. And also, I'm an aspiring singer. And I want to help my community. That's why I joined Miss Grand Philippines 2020.
So you mentioned you want to help your community. There was actually a big fire issue for Memorial Malala. I remember because I was also there trying to extend service. So you mentioned you want to help your community. So what do you think, in what ways when you are going to be able to actually help the people in Memorial Malala, or probably
I was actually there also when that happened. We were also a volunteer as well with my organization or our Amat Buhay non-governmental organization in my community. We were volunteers as well when that happened. And for the past 6 months that I've been here, or I've been working in a pharmacy in my community, I worked there for 6 months and I see how hard the people or how they struggle in buying medicines, even though it costs only 56 pesos. So for me, I see how hard it is, how hard life the people in my community is, and I want to help them by giving free medical attention, free medicines, where I think that with this organization, I can build my career, not only my career and my career and my growth, but also the community as well. Thank you.
Any more questions from our judges?
What's your name?
don't follow-up question for you. Why should we choose you as part of our roster for this year for Miss Grand Philippines?
I know I may not be the prettiest girl here, and I may not be the sexiest, but I am determined and I'm willing to learn to fight for the Philippines, for my country during Miss Grand International. Thank you.
Thank you so much, candidate number 12. So let's move on to applicant number 13.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hi, Sophia from Islam. So, what inspires you to join Miss Grand Philippines?
Recently, my little sister, she's 17 years old, she joined a beauty pageant in our barangay. And after that pageant, she said that, you know what? You're the reason why I joined beauty pageant. Because I am inspired by you. I am inspired how passionate you are and what you are doing. And I want to step forward too, just like you. And I think that is a sign for me to join Miss Grand. I want to reach a wider audience, to impact and influence the youth just like my sister. And I am so thankful that she's the one I inspires the most. And I would like to take this chance to say to her that never let your fears be bigger than your dreams. Because at the end of the day, we are not aiming for perfection. We are aiming for progress. Thank you.
What is your unique quality that you can bring to Miss Grand Philippines organization?
I think my unique qualities is I am one of the youngest in this pageant, and I believe as a young mind, I can bring a new ideas, a new perspective in this pageant. And I may not have as much experience as the other candidate, but I believe that through my enthusiasm, determination, and willingness to learn and grow, it would help me to stand out in this pageant and to show to the whole Philippines that what Tarlac got into national stage.
How old are you?
I am 19 years old.
19. Can you tell us more about yourself? What's your background?
Before I started joining railways in barangays when I was 14, and eventually as time goes by, it develops my skills and my personality, and I take a step in joining beauty pageant when I was 15, and a lot of people see my potential and a lot of people believe in me. And last year, 2023, I won the Johnny Mangban, first runner-up, and 2024, I represent our municipality in Binibini Kanlahi. It is the most prestigious pageant in Tarlac City.
I have a question. Since you're 19 years old, you're still a student. Yes. Okay. So how do you think you'd be able to juggle both studies and join the pageant? Because I know I really resonate with that. Because when I was also at like your age and also joining, and it's really hard. So I just want to know, how would you be able to handle this? Because this would be like a month-long activities also for this Grand Philippines.
To be honest, it is really hard to balance everything. The studies, the pageant, and other responsibilities. And I think, and I realized that it is more on about sacrifices on your and knowing your priorities. And just like me today, well, I am so passionate about my career, joining pageant, and also my studies. And I am currently studying tourism, which is connected to my advocacy, and which also helped me in my pageantry because I also pursuing the preservation of culture and history. So somehow, and thankfully, I still balance it. Thank you.
Yes, well for me actually, yeah, it's really hard to juggle two things at once. But if you give your 100% to both, for sure you can slay both as well. Thank you so much. Now let's move forward to candidate number 14. Good afternoon, everyone.
Any questions? Hi, good afternoon. Can you tell us more about yourself and why you wanted to join Miss Grand Philippines?
So good afternoon, everyone. I am Angel Luis Cortez Delor. I'm 24 years old and I'm from the soil of Pangasinan. I'm a registered nurse by profession. However, today I'm a woman wearing her heart on her sleeves. I came here alone, all the way from Pangasinan, to pursue my dreams of representing my town and my province on the national stage, and of course, soon the Philippines right across my heart. And I'm a passionate advocate for women's empowerment because I believe if we open more doors and opportunities for women to take, then we could all achieve our grandest selves. And I guess one of the reasons why I'm motivated to join Miss Grand Philippines 2025 is to continue advocating for myself, for my dreams and aspirations, to continue moving forward despite the face of rejections and failures, and to continue believing in yourself because at the end of the day, we can all positively impact one another. Thank you.
Hi, my question is, what quality of being a nurse that you can bring in the pageantry stage? Thank you.
Aside from nursing as a science, nursing is also an art. And in doing so, I can apply that on the stage. Because as we all know, Miss Grand Philippines is all about the artistry and high performance and high energy levels. And that's the flair of nursing that I can brought on this stage.
Hi, number 15. So, what do you think is your niche among the other candidates?
What you're seeing today is the grit of an eldest daughter. And I think that's the edge that I have and the difference that I possess among the candidates. I'm an avid dreamer, and that helps me to propel forward. Thank you.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Can you share with us your beauty regimen?
I believe beauty should come from within. So if you plant good things in your head, it translates in your physical form. So I try to cleanse what I eat mentally and physically.
Any more questions from our judges?
I just also want to know, do you dance, do you sing? Are you interested in doing different lives?
Of course, I'm open to anything. And as Filipinos, as we all know, we're all naturally talented. So I think we all have talents, and given the right organization or the right handlers, they can harness that talent within you. So I'm open for it.
She's ready for the challenge.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Candidate number 14.
Oh, meron.
Okay, let's move on to the last one for this batch. Applicant number 15.
Can you tell us first anything about yourself?
So, once again, I'm Adlaw sa inyong tanan. I'm Princess Joanna Stella Bada, 21 years old. Nagmula sa Makulay ng probinsya ng Zamboanga City. Well, I'm working in a rustic community in Zamboanga City, where I realized the reality of life. And it opened my eyes to try different things just to help my family, such as joining modern pageants, selling different stuff, coaching pastorela as a sideline, at the same time playing tennis. And to be honest, one of the reasons why I'm here in the Philippines is because I have given a chance to have a free education as a student athlete. And with these experiences that I'm sharing right now had molded me to be determined and to be resourceful in life. I know for a fact that I'm out with the beauty standards that we have right now, especially in pageantry. But I know for myself that through my story, passion, and humble heart, I can inspire someone listening this grand Philippines. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, sir.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but my impression of Zamboanga City is a kind of dangerous place. So how can you convince me to go visit your province?
Well, actually, I think Zamboanga City has a lot to offer from the beaches and from a lot of singers that we have. And I think Zamboanga City is one of the provinces that is very progressive right now. So I think it's really safe, and I think the people there is very welcoming. At the same time, I know that we have the heart as a Filipino, so I think you're welcome just to visit there.
How's the peace and order?
Well, actually, it's good since we have good governance. At the same time, we have also women, which is our governor, which also help the community that really combine the peacefulness at the same time the safetyness. And I think we have this code that April safe, April strong in Zamboanga City. And I know for myself that Zamboanga City has so much, so much to offer at the same time. It's a very safe place, and I can assure that.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I think we're ready for the last batch of applicants this afternoon.
Thank you so much. Candidate number 11 to 15, you may now go back to your room.
Okay.
Let's now call on a new batch of ladies, candidate number 16 to 21.
beautiful set of piece right here.
Gaganda.
Candidate number 16, please step forward.
Dapat 16, 17 lang si
Hello, good afternoon to each and every one of you. My name is Aryan Joyce Bautista Villarreal, 27 years of age from Calback. I am a health relations supervisor by profession at a high-end restaurant and a freelance model. In the first quarter of the year, I joined 2 competitions already. The first competition, I had the opportunity to represent our country, which is the Philippines, on the international stage, where I placed as first runner-up in IO Model Search International 2025, that was held in Bangkok, Thailand. And most recently, my local pageant, which is the Kalaakan, Miss Kalaakan 2025, where I won second place as first runner-up. I may not win the crown, but I know that this is not the end of my journey. That is why I am here, standing right in front of you, hoping to be the unofficial candidate of the most grandest beauty pageant here in the Philippines.
Well, they say first runner-up is the hardest placement. Would you agree or not?
Yes, because there's a moment in me that you're almost there. But you should always think positive, because I know everything happens for a reason. That is why, as I said earlier, I am here standing right in front of you. Bringing with me are the learnings, the experiences, and camaraderie that I have learned during my previous pageant schemes. So I am looking forward for more and hoping to open more door of opportunities. Thank you.
May we know here, what crown are you aiming for?
Actually, I don't have any crown to target. Whichever fits me, I will wholeheartedly accept it.
So do you sing or dance?
Actually, I am a former theatro member during my high school days, but I don't think if I can dance right now. Siguro mga kalawang na ba?
Well, you have time to practice, and whatever the challenge will be, go lang. Ganun ang Miss Grand.
Yeah, I am looking forward for the intermission number.
Basta more energy, more power, and laging ready. Ganun lang.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Candidate number 16.
Thank you so much, panel of judges. Thank you, Lydia.
Let's now call on our next candidate, candidate number 17.
Wait lang, may question pa si Dia.
Pasensya na po, boss.
Pasensya na po. Welcome back. So, my questions first. What inspired you to be a beauty queen?
Oh, wow. Actually, this is my lifelong dream to become a beauty queen, or should I say a title holder? Because I can see my younger child in me that sooner or later I can wear a crown, and then I can see myself as a voice to advocate for my advocacy, which is the access to quality education for the young minds. So I think I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel that someday I can hold the crown, because I am almost there. But laban lang ng laban. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Actually, you'll see the full set of candidates during the press presentation. So of course, there's more to come. And ayun, let's move to candidate number 17.
Hurry.
Yeah, same here as you, Alan. I know.
Hi, a grand day, everyone. My name is Beatrice Angela Ocampo.
24, proudly representing my province of Rizal. I am a model, content creator, and an entrepreneur. And I am here as a Binibining Rizal because of my hardships. And now I'm standing here in front of you with the grandest heart.
Hello, ano to? Nakagat ka ba? Sino kumagat sa'yo?
Hello to my supporters, my family, especially my grandmother, Lola Letty. Hello, I know you're watching. And to my supporters, friends, to my mother, to Kuya Omar, to my team, thank you so much for believing in me. I know I didn't believe in myself at first, but just know that you guys are the reason why I am here. You made me believe to myself. Thank you.
And you mentioned you are an entrepreneur, and one of the 4 B's of Miss Grand International is business. So can you talk more about your line of business or what you do as an entrepreneur?
You know, guys, I was raised by my grandmother, and life is not easy for us. So I made sure that I give back to my grandmother. I started working as early as 16 years old, and I've tried doing business when I was 17, back in college, to support my education. I started live selling online, so it boomed, and I had a lot of ukay-ukay, as you know, during pandemic to support my family because my grandmother and grandfather can't work anymore because of COVID-19. And with that, I'm really proud. And now I'm advocating for empowering business in our country. And that's it. I want to inspire other people that we should do business. We should support other business if we don't want to do business, because that empowers our nation.
So you mentioned that you want to empower the young generation or everyone listening today about being a businessman or being an entrepreneur. So I would want to ask you, how do you think you will be able to let people understand about financial literacy?
With that, I think with our financial, it's not a hindrance to do business. You know, you don't have to be the one to create the business. You can be the one to support it. You're not just doing it for yourself, but for the other people, for the employment of our brothers and sisters, and for our nation. And I think if we just believe and take risks, then we will have a country that is rich in culture and also in local businesses, because that is our shared responsibility. Thank you.
My question is, what does being a grand queen mean to you?
For me, it is simple. A grand queen for me has a golden heart and a grandest dream. And I have that golden heart, and I dream with a grand future for us. Thank you.
So here's the question. What do you believe is the root cause of division in the world today?
I think the root cause of division today is the violence and the war that is happening around the world. And I think this platform teaches us to stop this violence. You know, I support this movement because I believe that me and Miss Grand has the same vision in this matter. And for me, I believe personally the division that I'm facing
is the violence and discrimination. Because we see rising cases of discrimination in our country, for example, mental health, and we see rising cases of anxiety, depression, and even suicide, often left in silence due to stigma and lack access to support. And I believe this is violence that we should fight and conquer to ourselves, because I am also a mental health advocate because I suffer from anxiety disorder. And I think the war started with ourselves, so we should start loving ourselves and accept our brothers and our sisters. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any more questions, everyone? Okay, so let's move on to the next applicant, candidate number 18.
Chasing your dreams is by believing yourself, to conquer your fear, doubt, what-ifs, and even facing new challenges. Mabuhay! I am Mary Joy Persia Suarez, 24, from the land of Mangyan and Tamarao, Occidental Mindoro. Aside from vlogging, traveling, I am also a graduate with a bachelor's degree in tourism management. I am also the Miss Occidental Mindoro 2023, or what we call the Binibining Agri-Turismo 2023, the Miss Supermodel Worldwide Philippines 2024 second runner-up, and the Miss Tourism Philippines 2024 second runner-up. But you know what? I am also a woman who was raised by a grandfather who is a farmer in my hometown. That is why my heart really goes to them. By promoting the tourism not just in my province, but even our country, the Philippines. The farmers are one of the reasons why we have food in our table. They are also the modern heroes of our modern world. It is now the time to give back the kindness that they offer to us. And they are also the reason why we have to choose and love the Philippines. Thank you.
Yes, any more questions?
How do you define success?
I define success through failures. It is because it's either we learn into something before, it is because failure teaches us a lesson rather. And with that kind of lesson, we could improve ourselves and we could redirect our way so that we could achieve success.
Thank you so much.
I have a question. What motivated you to join Miss Grand Philippines?
Oh, to be honest, I really wanted to join Miss Grand Philippines because a lot of people see my potential, especially those people who surrounded me. My family, my friends, and yeah, a lot of my supporters. And I know that I am fit to join Miss Grand Philippines and looking forward to the Miss Grand International. It is because it is one of my dreams. Not just a dream for myself, but for the whole Occidental Mindoro. Because I am not standing here alone, but together with the Mindoreños out there, I know that I can join Miss Grand Philippines.
Since once you step foot on the national stage, of course, we're all aiming for the national crown to represent internationally. So, can you tell us more about the 4 Bs of Miss Grand International? The 4 Bs that we talk about in Miss Grand International. We have beauty, body, brain, and business. So, can you tell us anything about these 4 Bs? Do you think you possess it? And how would you be able to allow us to really know that you really possess these 4 qualities?
I believe that I possess the 4 Bs in Miss Grand Philippines. Actually, all of us here as an applicants, we have our own beauty and uniqueness. What we need to do is to embrace our flaws, and that is really makes us unique. That is really makes us beautiful rather. But most especially,
come 50 years from now, our beauty outside will be faded, but our beauty inside will stay there. And a lot of people will remind us with that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's move on to candidate number 19.
Hello, my name is Rena Marie Flores from Pampanga. Outside pageantry, I am a Zumba instructor. I also teach step-up classes in gym. I'm also a virtual assistant on the side, and also assisting my partner in his architectural firm. So if you compare it to school activities, I am someone who does a lot of extracurricular activities.
So with that, would you be able to balance all the things that you are having right now and adding one more, which is probably becoming maybe an official candidate for Miss Grand Philippines?
Yes, I believe the strength of a woman is to do multitasking. I think it's really one of the, and as a queen, you should be able to balance everything.
What do you think would be your biggest responsibility once you have a crown in your head? For example, as our Miss Grand Philippines title holder.
I think it's breaking the stereotype of being a queen, because they think that being a queen is this beautiful facade that you let people see, and they're failing to show the authenticity of a woman. And I think one of the biggest strengths of Miss Grand, because when you see them on stage, the girls, they are rapping, the way they present themselves. They can be fun, they can be sassy, they can be sexy, they can be whatever they want to be on stage. There are no rules, there are no restrictions, there are no boundaries. And I think that's one of the things that I want to put out to the people, to break the stereotype that we women, we are also people, we are human. We make mistakes, we make horrible decisions in our lives, but we are guided by it. And I want me as a queen, if I win internationally or in the Philippines, I want to guide them that there's no pressure. We can make failure, and there's no such thing as perfect, but we can aim to be a better person every day.
I have a question. You said you have all of these extracurricular activities. What is your biggest priority right now, and where does being in Miss Grand?
Miss Grand is my number one. And I recently resigned from my virtual assistant job. So if ever that there are just call outs for Zumba, that's only the time that I'm going to teach Zumba if I ever have free time. But for now, I prioritize Miss Grand, so it's my number one.
Any more questions?
Hello. What's your educational theme?
I am a graduate of Bachelor in Mass Communication, major in broadcast. If you want, I can do some sample of Zumba. Music, please.
The judges will be doing the Zumba with you.
Yeah. CJ will
Music.
Go CJ. Go ALV. Let's go.
we're currently taking Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management at STI College of Philippines.
Hi. Given the success of Tarlac Queens in our organization, how do you plan to continue the winning streak of Tarlac in our organization? Thank you.
Thank you so much for that question. And by the way, that's a very, relating question to me because this pageant is very unexpected for me because last week I posted my official statement because just give you a heads up. After the Binibining Kanlahi in Tarlac province, that's subdivision from Miss Universe Tarlac province. So I competed there and got up until top 8. And after that pageant, a lot of people was pushing me to go and enter Miss Grand. And after that, it's very sudden because I believe that we are all capable of being here. However, even the management cannot support me or cannot be able to send me here because we have a lot of considerations taken. And then last night, it's a very good sign for me to have to step in and try and send here. And for that question, ma'am, I believe I'm taking now the very prestigious opportunity to continue all the efforts and champions of the Queens from Tarlac province by stepping here in Grand. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this will be, I'm not mistaken, this, me and my co-candidate from Tarlac province will be the first or second part of candidates here in Miss.
Yeah, because in our organization we have 2 queens.
Yes.
We have Francine over here, yes, and then we have Jasmine from Tarlac.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, here's my questions. You're studying tourism, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what can you say about our current diplomatic relations?
Diplomatic relations?
Yeah. With
Can
China.
you be more specific?
Yeah. What can you say about our current diplomatic relations with China?
Oh, yeah. Well, I believe I'm gonna give you my opinion with that. I wanted to make sure that I am not taking advantage or I'm not giving any opinions that is that I'm not aware of. With that diplomatic relationship, I believe I cannot give you my opinion as of the moment because I am not really aware of that. I want to make sure that I'm giving the answer that you want, and I want to make sure that I satisfy you. Thank you.
So, to be specific, you're aiming for Miss Grand Philippines, or are you open also for the other crowns at stake?
Well, since I'm here with the Miss Grand, I believe I'm aiming for the Miss Grand crown. And however, if there will be a better candidate, or with my co-candidates, it's better for me to wear the crown of Grand. I'll be okay with the Grand crowns.
Well, as cliche as this sounds, what is your edge amongst all the candidates you have right now?
I believe, because I just saw them a while ago and have a chit chat with them for a while waiting for the pageant to start or the competition to start. I believe we are all equal in a way that we are aiming for one vision and one mission, not only to compete, but we have our own purpose, we have our own mission why we are here. So answering my advantage is that I believe my understanding, my deepest understanding that we are all capable and we are all entitled to have our crown.
So, since you're also aiming for the Miss, you wanna, of course, take home the Miss Grand Philippines crown. And the same goes with the Miss Grand Philippines Advocacy. Do you have any idea with the 4 Bs of MGI? Yes. So, can you tell us anything about this 4 Bs of MGI?
So, the 4 Bs